What's going on, y'all? I'm KM Best, hovering near the top 50 in Marvel Snap, and I have been playing a ton of Loki Elsa brews, and I've got one that I think is the best of the bunch. It is courtesy of Ava, so please do check him out on Twitch. I'll have the links in the description below, and this is the deck that I had the most success with, combining Loki and Elsa. So here is the list, and I fell like 100 points before playing this, and this list got basically all of them back. So I'm very, very happy with how it performed for me. It was actually like I basically fell down to 90 and then climbed back to 50, which is a pretty solid climb as far as I'm concerned. I'm happy with how it performed. I'm happy with how it was stress tested, and of course, we will have some gameplay on the back end for you to check out. This list has a major advantage over previous Loki lists in that it has room for enough tech to make the deck work. Cards like Luke Cage are increasingly important in the face of Shadow King, and of course you can also, if you want, cut Mirage for a Cosmo, which is what Ava was running. I believe Tanjo hit rank 1 cutting, I don't think it was Mirage, I think he actually cut he got a different 2-drop for the Cosmo. Shit, I'm just gonna have to re-record this. I'm gonna have to re-record this. Got Luke Cage, that's what it was. The main advantage that this deck has over previous iterations of the Loki deck is there are a little bit more tech slots, and people are trying to hate you out a little bit less. Plus, Elsa provides a very solid game plan when you aren't going for Loki. There are a little bit of conflicts in the two game plans, right? There's the same conflicts that we talked about in the previous Elsa video, where you want to be doing something with Elsa, and that is not necessarily the same thing you want to be doing with Loki. And sometimes Loki is really just a 3-5 you play on the final turn of the game to buff your collector. You're definitely not Lokiing for 1 billion all the time anymore. Lokiing for smaller amounts is absolutely fine as well. And I had a ton of success just playing this as a true hybrid teched out deck. It's not anything going over the top. It's not blowing people away, but it's just putting a lot of points on the board. You have Luke Cage. If you want to cut Mirage for Cosmo, you can do that. If you want to cut Luke Cage for Cosmo, you can also do that. I prefer Luke Cage right now because of the prevalence of Shadow King. Cosmo was better in the previous meta, but Cosmo still has some utility. Doctor Doom, Eliath. It's a high cube win rate card because it is unexpected. And you can still get people with Luke Cage, although I will say once this video comes out, you're probably going to get people a little bit less with Luke Cage. So I'm going to go through the entire deck here, card by card, so you can get a good handle on how it works. Ain't they say this card was dead? Yo, nah. She's back. She is doing her thing just as much. She is an incredible target for Elsa Bloodstone. I would go so far as to say if this card did not exist, Elsa Bloodstone would not be a very good card, and right now, because of Kitty Pryde, Elsa Bloodstone is an extremely good card. This does influence how you want to play the deck. One of the tensions that I felt in the Kitty Pryde list was, all right, normally I don't want to play Snowguard early in a Loki list, but if I have Elsa, I want to play Snowguard early before playing the Collector, or even not even playing the Collector at all, because I want to get that Kitty Pryde thing going on turn 3. So the ideal curve with this deck is 1-drop into 2-drop, hopefully Elsa, into, if it's not Elsa, another 2-drop plus Kitty. And as long as one of those 2-drops was Elsa, that's exactly the thing you want to be doing basically all the time. So playing Snowguard and playing Kitty, it's a little bit different in this deck than in previous iterations of the Loki deck. On that note, I almost want another 1-drop. I would consider trying Maria Hill over Mirage, but I have just found Mirage to be so valuable and Maria Hill to be so mid that maybe we don't ever actually make that change. That said, when I was playing Maria Hill, I do think she overperformed. I would rather play her than Agent 13 if I had to choose another 1-drop to play. Unlike in the bounce versions of Elsa, Angela is a little bit clunkier here, just like how she typically is in Loki decks. She's still a very powerful card. You're playing Jeff, you're playing Kitty. She's a great 2-drop to open on, and then you go for, you know, the Elsa Kitty, and she's very good. This build has alleviated some of the games in which she clunks because you're not so much being a pure Loki deck all the time anymore, but you still clunk a decent amount with this card, and she's definitely hard to figure out how much you should prioritize her, because you also have to prioritize filling locations. Obviously, the more the location you're filling up is the Angela location, the better, but sometimes various effects cause that to not be what you're able to do. Yeah, this guy's still really good. You're a Loki deck, so you have to run the Collector. You get some solid points on this card with a Kitty Pryde, with a Snow Guard, with a Mirage, with an Agent Coulson. He's just a little bit too good still, even after the nerf, to be a card that you seriously consider cutting. But of course, Collector Loki is the real meat of it. You are not necessarily going to be like Lokiing for 7 anymore. Card volume is less important with the increased amount of Mobius in the meta. You don't always get to play all those cards. You end up Lokiing for smaller amounts now and getting more reasonable card hands with this, but it's still sort of fundamentally unreasonable if they don't have Mobius, and that is why Collector is important, because in those games where you don't have Mobius, if you're just playing like a mid-range deck, you instantly win off the Loki, but if they do have the Mobius, you can still instantly win off the Collector. There are going to be games like against Move mid-range where you go like Snow Guard, Collector, Loki, and that's just more points than they did early, and then you just get to play their deck, even if they have a Mobius. Elsa Bloodstone is extremely powerful. She's not as good as Release Loki was, but she is a unique and powerful card. Fundamentally, her power is just wrapped up in she does a lot of big numbers if you play for her correctly, and that's just good. She is very often a 2-5, a 2-8, a 2-11, a 2-14. She's just good. She does numbers extremely, extremely powerfully. Please, no one in the comments comment on that little brief pause I took between 2-8 and 2-11. It's very late for me. Please, nobody notice. Luke Cage has 2 superpowers. One is he ruins Shadow King, and the other is that he costs 2. Now, the reason I prefer Luke Cage over Cosmo at this point is there's a lot less Valkyrie running around, there's a lot less Shang-Chi running around, and Shadow King is the primary way that decks will try to interact with you because of the preponderance of Elsa in the meta. Shadow King took on a greater prominence, and now Luke Cage is a better tech option. Mirage is my little flex card here. I think you could play a lot of stuff here, but I have found Mirage to be uniquely powerful in the Elsa mirrors, where she is just getting usually very relevant cards. I was even playing her in my bounceless bounce version of Elsa. She's just very strong right now. She gets you a ton of really strong stuff, and of course she has synergy with Loki, so I have opted to include her in this list. I don't think you can play an Elsa deck without Jeff, Kitty. I think you probably have to have both, or if failing that, Jeff or Kitty, and one other thing, right? Like, you need at least 2 ways to get value out of Elsa here. It can't just be Kitty. It has to be something else as well. I consider Jeff the best something else that lets you get value out of Elsa and then get value out of Elsa again once you move him. Now, a lot of people are going to be stuck in the old mindset with Jeff, which is you don't move him until turn 6. You don't give that information away. But a lot of the time, you're going to end up Jeffing on 4 to get an Elsa buff, moving him on 5 to get a further Elsa buff. That 3 power I have found is actually worth it if you can pull it off. Of course, that is only in the situation where you are replacing Jeff with Kitty. So it's not like you're going to be moving him on 5 if you're not getting more value out of it. But there have definitely been situations where it's like, all right, this Elsa goes to Jeff, and then I move the Jeff out, and then I put the Kitty in there. Mobius M. Mobius is extremely powerful, and most of what he does is mitigate potential wave counterplay, although honestly there hasn't been a lot of wave running around. He's also just good into opposing Loki, and you know, whatever Zabu pile people are playing, he's extremely powerful against that as well. He has great location hits. If you get him on Elysium, it's unbelievable. If you get him on a Dream Dimension, it's unbelievable. The only downside to this card is basically everyone else is running him too, so most often he ends up being a wash. Agent Coulson is a 3/4 that puts 2 cards in your hand. You're a Loki deck, so you play the card. Normally, I do my pithy response to the obvious here and talk about like, oh, we're a Loki deck, of course we play Loki, but I want to talk a little bit about why we're a Loki deck. And I think the answer as to why we're a Loki deck is pretty much just it's very solid still. It's still just a good stat shell to put cards in. And I think that's what's happening here with Elsa. The Elsa shell and the Loki shell have a lot of overlap. They can fit together. People have been trying, let's get the move shell with Elsa. I think the Loki shell is a bit more natural of a fit, and it is definitely competitive in terms of power on the board, and that makes it my preferred build for Elsa that is not like a pure Elsa deck. If you're looking for an Elsa hybrid, I do think Loki is the right one to do. America Chavez is probably the best card in Marvel Snap. For more, you can check out my video on America Chavez and why they are talking about nerfing her. She's unbelievable, an incredible consistency tool, and use her while you can before they get rid of her. All right, y'all, that's going to be it from me. We're going to jump into some of my gameplay. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I have been KM Best. I hope you enjoy the gameplay. Let me know what you think of the list in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Remember, be good. Before we jump into the gameplay, though, I do want to note that this stream that the gameplay is from was sponsored by HelloFresh, and for this reason, there is going to be a little HelloFresh ad box in there on the gameplay. Won't be covering anything up but my opponent's name. Now, if you do want to support the channel, you can absolutely use my code for a significant discount. I would really appreciate that. You can find the code in the description as well. You can click the link and go there. During the stream, I actually ordered my first HelloFresh box. I will let you know how it is because, you know, if it's good, I like to advertise things that are good, and they are effectively paying me to try it, so I'm going to give it a real shot because I am a super lazy gamer and I kind of need someone to do this for me so I don't order a bunch of food from like Uber Eats and DoorDash. So hopefully HelloFresh can be good for my wallet as well as good for my, you know, peace of mind. My peace of stomach. Anyway, we're going to jump into the gameplay now. Thanks so much. Middle. Uatu's not good. We need to figure out, we need to have a conversation about how valuable information actually is in Marvel Snap, because it's less than most players think. That's correct, Demon Jr. You should be able to get that just by playing some games of Proving Grounds and early snapping and hoping people are nice. Like, you should be able to pull that off. Yeah, you get a lot of free tickets, too. Also, it's the anniversary. They might give us some free stuff for the anniversary, too. Might be some free anniversary things in it for us. I didn't actually think about that until now, but, like, they might. Am I wrong in thinking Cable's change was a nerf? I don't think you're wrong. Okay, so they Loki. Rage. Prage. We're praging. I hope they didn't get a bunch of insane shit. They are Mobius, but it might not matter. It also might matter. Who knows? Yeah, Cable's pretty dog shit right now, but it's okay. Like, it's okay. Can we win this? Let's find out. All right. 9. Elsa. We did it! Wait. 3 cards in hand. Even if that's a Loki, we're good, right? Yes! Woo! We did it. We did it, baby. Is that the right deck on the bottom left? It's still broken? What the hell? Is it right now? Is it right now? I feel like it's got to be right now. Never seen a Ghost Yondu Shuri Black Panther list? Nope. Never seen it. Ain't real. Ooh, Luke Cage, negative zone. Let's go. Oh. Jesus Christ. Oh, Luke Cage, you fucking beast. Luke Cage, you fucking monster, you. It's all fun and games till they break out the rogue. Don't even say that, okay? Don't even think that. How could you say that in my presence? How could you consider that a possibility? My God. Is this Super Scroll awesome? If they rogue me, I quit. Woo! If they rogue me, I fucking quit. I wish all of our opponents are like that. Same. I would love some freebies. I lost 3 8-cubers in a row today. Worst day of my life. Do you know how fucking insane it is to say worst day of my life? Like, probably less than a week after I almost got dumped. Fuck. It's definitely not the worst day of my life. I promise you that. It's definitely not the worst day of my life. Not drawing a card next turn, but that is okay. Spider-Man 2099. What do you think about Elsa Thor and Elsa Beast? The Beast deck, I think, is actually bad. Why would you ever put that there? Wouldn't you want to get free value off of it? Am I missing something? What the fuck are they playing? I got so many questions. I need answers. Okay, they have a Shadow King. That helps. That helps me understand what they're cooking here. It, unfortunately for them, it also means they're gonna die, right? Like, unfortunately for them, they're actually just gonna fucking eat shit here. So what we're doing, Elsa, wait, no, hold on. Kitty Pryde goes here. Debris goes here, Viper goes here, right? So that way we do Elsa, Debris, Viper. And then they cannot Shadow King our shit at all. Oh my god. Oh my god. Brutality. Yes, that was wrong order. We got there. I want that Mirage skin. It is real fucking nice. I will not argue with you. It is so nice. Okay, yeah, I think Ava got there. I'm glad we got the Mirage in here again, because she's just phenomenal right now. But yeah, this deck has been my best deck today by a lot. I'm down on the day, but up by this. I'm down on the day trying to play a different version of this, and I think this deck is just executing it in a more powerful way. Worth 3k tokens. Who? Mirage? Given the rarity that tokens have, I'm tempted to say no. Tokens are very rare. This is so greedy, but I'm making it anyway. This is just insanely greedy. All right, Negasonic, go off. Ah! That's unpleasant. I see. I don't like that. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. I really don't like it. We're gonna get so Loki'd here. Oh my. Okay. Mobius Sentinel. All right. Hello, Shadow King. No. Oh. We did it. I mean, you just didn't draw Loki, right? Yeah, it's just one of those games, right? It's just, isn't it no longer the hot location? Oh, no! It's the hot location for longer, isn't it? It's the hot location for even longer now. It started at 3 today, and now it's gonna. Oh. Oh, I was like, oh, we're not. Oh. Okay. A lot of things just went through my brain there. What are you? Another 8 cubes, hopefully. We'll see. This might be the early pool player Dara ran into earlier. Should we pump him? I feel like we should pump him. I feel like it would only be sporting to pump. It would only be sporting. Emote me, the guy, if you're watching the stream right now, emote me, which emote? We're gonna do, emote me the Deadpool emote if you are good with this. Emote me the Deadpool emote. Emote me the Deadpool emote right now if you want to get pumped. Deadpool emote right now if you want to get pumped. Come on, baby. Not sure you want his cards? I think that I'm doing this mostly for collector points. And his cards are kind of a bonus. And I'm not super enthused about this Sentry. Okay, if I get a fucking Dino out of his deck, I'm feeling great. Ooh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Alrighty. So that takes us, that Ironheart is 615. Their Dino is likely, okay, so no, we have to do it like this. Oh, I didn't have to do it like that. I didn't have to do it like that at all. I forgot that Moon Girl would add more points to that. That's my bad. I forgot about Moon Girl adding points, and I fucked up. I could still lose here, I think. I don't know if I'm gonna, but I think I could. I could lose. No, they're about to beat me, cleanup. They're about to beat my ass. Because I fucked up that Hawkeye. That Hawkeye real bad here. Because I didn't count the additional cards I'd be adding with the Moon Girl, right? So the cards in hand really matter with my Dino on the middle. And that Hawkeye in hand is infinitely better because it represents 4 power mid and multiple power on the collector. So I think I'm actually dead here, but out of respect to them being a low pool player, I will stick in it. I think I'm actually dead here, though. Personally, I think I'm dead. Lot of stuff wins for them here. I think I'm dead here. I am not dead here. Fuck. Man, we tried. Man, we tried. I could have been dead here? No, I was never dead here. I tried, man. How do you know they're a low pool player? Well, they're playing this, so I can only imagine they're either a low pool player or they're pretending to be a low pool player. I can't tell if I'm stupid when I'm high because I'm always high. Damn. Kind of depressing, dude. That's a little, yeah, that strikes me as a little depressing. All right. Probably less depressing for them since they're high. True. Uh-huh. Okay. I would love a bunch of cards here. Sick vision. Gimme! Boy, those sure are a bunch of cards. Intriguing. So this is actually a very straight... This is actually like a very, like, 50-50 situation. I can play a... Oh, wait. It's actually not a 50-50. Never mind. My bad. Maybe they have Eliath and I fucking die, but otherwise it's not a 50-50, is it? Yep, we win. I'm holding it. Then we can go Collector, Snowguard, Mirage, Jeff, the middle, right? Oh, that kind of accelerates the timeline a little bit. We go Collector, Angela. And then next turn, play our entire hand. I don't like that Mobius. I don't like that Mobius. I don't like the looks of that Mobius. Still. Do have 6 energy next turn. It ain't that bad. Luke Cage, Nightcrawler. So they have 2 cards in hand. They're just going to do kitty stuff, though. That makes sense. They have 2 cards in hand, and one of them is Shadow King. Noted. Noted. All right, so I got my own Luke Cage here. They don't know that. They don't know that. They are unaware of this. Okay. That's a lot of damn cards. Luke Cage! Oh, they're this. Oh, we're dead? We're dead, right? That's a kitty and a hitmonkey? Oh, they beefed it! Oh, they beefed it! They got addicted to the Shadow King!